When Carlo Ancelotti officially took charge of the Brazilian national team in 2025, he did not inherit a smooth, well-oiled footballing machine. He inherited a team that many believed was standing dangerously close to collapse. Before his arrival, Brazil's journey under Dorival Jr. had spiraled into confusion, inconsistency, and tactical instability, leaving fans disillusioned and critics questioning whether the Seleção had lost its historic identity. The low point came with a humiliating 4-1 defeat to eternal rivals Argentina, a result that sent shockwaves through Brazilian football and symbolized just how far the team had fallen. Confidence was shattered, defensive organization was fragile, and the squad looked mentally broken. It was into this turbulent environment that Ancelotti stepped, tasked not just with winning matches, but with restoring belief, structure, and a sense of direction. In this video, we take a deep and detailed look at Brazil's 8 matches under Carlo Ancelotti in 2025, analyzing the results, the tactical and psychological impact, the team's current condition, and, most importantly, what all of this means for Brazil's chances of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Ancelotti's first match in charge came immediately after the painful loss to Argentina, as Brazil faced Ecuador away from home. Expectations were cautious rather than optimistic, and while the match ended in a goalless 0-0 draw, it marked a subtle but important turning point. For the first time in months, Brazil's defensive line looked organized, disciplined, and compact. The team did not dominate, but they did not collapse either, and that alone felt like progress. Ancelotti prioritized defensive stability over attacking fireworks, understanding that before Brazil could dream of goals and glory, they first needed to stop bleeding. The next match brought Ancelotti's first victory, a narrow but meaningful 1-0 win against Paraguay at home. It was not a spectacular performance, but it was controlled, professional, and mature, qualities that had been missing for a long time. Brazil dictated the tempo, protected their lead intelligently, and showed signs of tactical clarity. That sense of calm authority became even more evident in the following match against Chile, where Brazil delivered a commanding 3-0 victory. This was the first time under Ancelotti that the Seleção truly looked like Brazil again, balanced between attack and defense, confident on the ball, and ruthless when chances appeared. The win reignited optimism among fans, suggesting that Ancelotti's methods were beginning to take effect. However, the final match of the World Cup qualification phase reminded everyone that the rebuilding process was far from complete. Playing away against Bolivia, Ancelotti experimented with the squad, giving opportunities to fringe players and testing different tactical combinations. The result was a disappointing 1-0 defeat, but context mattered. Rather than exposing systemic failure, the loss highlighted the risks of experimentation and the need for greater depth and consistency. Overall, Brazil finished the qualification phase under Ancelotti with 2 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss for 4 matches. Ending the qualifiers in 5th place on the points table was undeniably underwhelming for a nation of Brazil's stature. Yet the broader picture told a more encouraging story. Defensive solidity had improved dramatically. The team shape was clearer, and there was a growing sense of discipline that had been absent before. After the qualifiers, attention shifted to international friendly matches, crucial opportunities for Ancelotti to test his ideas without the pressure of competitive points. Brazil began the friendly schedule with a victory against South Korea, a match that showcased improved transitions and a more compact midfield structure. The result reinforced the belief that Brazil were moving in the right direction. However, the friendly against Japan served as a harsh lesson. Brazil raced into a 2-goal lead, appearing comfortable and dominant, but defensive lapses and a loss of concentration allowed Japan to stage a dramatic comeback, eventually winning 3-2. The defeat was painful, not because of the scoreline alone, but because it exposed lingering vulnerabilities in game management and defensive focus, issues Ancelotti would need to address urgently. Brazil responded impressively in the next friendly against Senegal, delivering a convincing and emphatic victory that highlighted the squad's growing physical resilience and tactical balance. That performance suggested Brazil could compete with strong, athletic opponents, an essential quality for World Cup football. The final match of the year came against Tunisia, ending in a frustrating draw after Brazil missed a crucial penalty. While the result felt disappointing, the overall performance again showed control, structure, and cohesion. By the end of 2025, Brazil under Carlo Ancelotti had played 8 matches in total, recording 4 wins, 2 draws, and 2 defeats. On paper, these numbers may not look extraordinary, but statistics alone fail to capture the transformation taking place beneath the surface. The most significant development has been Brazil's gradual but consistent improvement as a unit. The team is no longer reliant on moments of individual brilliance alone. Instead, it is beginning to function as a collective. Defensive organization has improved markedly. The midfield looks more balanced, and the sense of unity within the squad is growing stronger with each match. Another crucial aspect of Ancelotti's impact has been the strengthening of Brazil's bench. Rotation players are gaining confidence, squad depth is improving, and competition for places is intensifying, an essential factor for success in a long and demanding World Cup tournament. Looking ahead, the challenges will only grow tougher. In March 2026, Brazil are scheduled to face European heavyweights France and Croatia, matches that will serve as a true litmus test for Ancelotti's project. These encounters will reveal how far Brazil have progressed and where they still fall short against elite opposition. Before the World Cup kicks off, Ancelotti will have 4 more matches to fine-tune his system, build chemistry, and make critical decisions regarding personnel and tactics. Central to this entire project is Neymar, whose role under Ancelotti could define Brazil's World Cup destiny. Managing Neymar's fitness, form, and influence will be one of Ancelotti's greatest challenges, but also his greatest opportunity. With Neymar inspired and properly integrated into a disciplined tactical framework, Brazil's dream of lifting the World Cup in 2026 suddenly feels possible again. This is no longer a team drifting without direction. It is a team being patiently rebuilt by one of football's most experienced and successful managers. The journey is far from complete, and doubts remain, but hope has undeniably returned to Brazilian football. Now we ask you, how far do you think Brazil can go under Carlo Ancelotti? Can this evolving team truly challenge for the 2026 World Cup title, or is the rebuild still unfinished? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and thank you for watching.